girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Females made you just to trick me, trick me, trick me, trick me. Cause baby girl, you are so easily pretty. The only reason that I can do tonight is cause I know you were invited. The only reason that the stresses can die is cause I thought that you would like it. I'm only gone for the secret outside because I want you to like it. The only reason I can do tonight is because I really like you. And I can no longer hide it. Want to remember your mind then the laces that goes over your digest. Why just tell me that you feel like I do?
Hi, this is Jessica Javens Talk. Welcome. This is our first season, and this is a podcast that helps you transform your life inside out into a life you truly love. Our guest today is more than welcome to come to share his journey with all of you, and I hope that you truly can resonate with how he used every opportunity, good and bad, to propel his life and the life of others around him. So please help me and welcome Alan Williams. Hi, Alan. How are you doing today?
Good, Jessica. How are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy that you jumped in and you came in and that we're able to connect like this. So thank you. Please share a little bit about you and your journey.
Well, I'm Alan Williams. I'm from Orangeburg, South Carolina, born and raised. Go Gamecocks. uh, but yeah, you know, from high school went into the Navy. Did 22 years service for them. Visited over 53 countries. From there, retired to 2023 and got hired on at Lockheed Martin about 3 months later as a senior test engineer, integrator. So, good company. I enjoy it. But also, in my free time, I'm with the Global Children Financial Literacy Foundation as an ambassador, where we make kids first-time share stockholders of the S&P 500 Index Fund. The CEOs of them is Prince Dykes and also Chadwick Davis. They are former military vets themselves, retired. And also, I'm a great ambassador of the Ricky Sapp Foundation. Ricky Sapp is an NFL vet. Went to Clemson, was dominating in Clemson, was the number one recruit coming out. Got drafted by the Eagles, played 5 years in the NFL. So now he's a motivational speaker. And also, I do a little dibby dabbing in wrestling a little bit, but I don't wrestle, but I just do a dibby dab in like promoting One
Uh-huh.
Revolution Wrestling, which is a company here. And also, I do International Wrestling Alliance in Puerto Rico with my good friend Savio Vega, which will bring wrestlers from here from Colorado and send them on the island so they can go ahead, you know, and get their expertise and
Yes.
their bios up.
Yes. Alan, you're involved in a lot today. So let's just go back a little bit to when you were in the Navy, and that was a
Mhm.
big chunk of your life. And
Oh, yeah.
tell me how that was for you. Tell me about the challenges and how you overcame and how you're using those today.
So the challenge with that, just leaving home at the age of 18, um, just being a grown man, going to boot camp, getting the discipline, getting the knowledge, um, going straight from deployment and just seeing things that you normally don't see, but you just becoming a man. Different adverse dialects, meeting different people, going to different countries, and just adapting, being put in the fire, being put in I want to say what's the word I'm looking for? Being put in this situations that you have to just bring the best out of you, right?
Tell me a little bit
Because
about that. Tell me a little bit about that. Well, tell me a situation that was very difficult for you to deal with. You were put into a situation and how'd you deal with it?
oh man, just being put in a situation where you have to just work long hours. You working 18-hour days, 23-hour days. Then after that, you have to do drills. So this is all a mental thing. Um, you just gotta use that mental and just And they put you in that situation because they want you to be in an uncomfortable situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because an uncomfortable situation brings the best out of an individual, right? So they want you to be in an uncomfortable situation and think, like this being a delusional situation, so you be able to think. So pretty much you could think in anything. Because in situations that, if something goes down, we need to be able to put our head on the swivel,
Mm-hmm.
think, and react.
Wow.
So that's like that portion, and just being out in the middle of the water and nowhere, and just seeing all the hard work and effort and all the teamwork and effort of just individuals coming from different walks of life and making things happen.
Wow. That sounds very powerful. Uh, Big, huge lessons there. How did that help you with where you are today?
Oh, it helps a lot, with discipline, being and just being put in on you in just adaptable situations. Um, Being able to be put in situations where, I can just think and then do it. Um, just the discipline coming out as a young man, straight from high school, learning how to live on your own, survive on your own, manage your stuff, just learning how to just become a man, and working on these $1 million equipment, and they're putting the trust in you.
Wow.
So that's like the biggest thing. People go to college and stuff like that, but if you go to military route, they don't realize that people that's on these ships or on these aircrafts is on these different platforms, these tanks and anything, whatever field they're in. They're 18, 19-year olds, so they're the ones that like getting that training, getting that knowledge, and fulfilling, just fulfilling the country's whatever we need to do.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
That helped you in any way with taking initiative and participating in so many foundations, including the one for children, where you're helping them to invest and to start earning money right from a young age. So when they're out of high school, they already have something planted there for themselves.
Yeah, and I'm glad you asked that because the thing is that when I was brought up and my parents were like my parents didn't know, so they didn't have the access to teach me anything of that nature because they didn't know. Um, I remember in high school, we was learning how to write little checkbooks and things of that nature.
Uh-huh.
As soon as you hit high school, who hits you? Who hits you first? Hey, come and get this credit card for $500.
Yep.
Creditors come and hit high schoolers up first, right? A lot of kids that grew up, what I grew up with, man, their parents mess up their credits and they'll
Yeah.
come out and the credit is bad and they wonder why. And the parents don't have the knowledge, nobody knows. So the kids today, they have back then when we was growing up, we didn't have the social media and all the
Mm.
outlets that we have today, so we had less information. If we didn't know it, we didn't know it.
Yeah.
But if you're in the right place, you know it, right? But now these kids today, they have too much information. Too much information can drown the brain, right? And you don't know which or way to go.
Mm-hmm. Or
But
what's good or bad.
what's good or bad, right? So if you had the right information, you know, and now these kids today, you could just pretty much show them, as we doing today. Look, we doing the 1980 Jetsons, virtual call, voice over IP calling, right?
Yeah.
And the Jetsons was playing this, all throughout when they had these cartoons, Mr. Spacely and Mr. Jetson talking on the VoIP.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're doing this, right? We didn't have this back then when I was in high school. So these kids got so much information, they don't know which way to look.
Yep.
But you put them in a direction that goes to the right information, you know what I mean? Or put them in steer them to the right direction. The kids are the future. We're growing up, we're getting in that age. So as we do this, we're not just teaching the kids, we're teaching the parents too, because a lot of the parents don't understand it.
Right.
They want $500 or they
Yes,
want $540.
that's the
They don't,
reality.
yeah, but they don't know $540 of the S&P 500, where you have the top 500 companies
Mhm.
can gain percentage and interest. The minimum of that index fund, man, was like 10%, right?
Mhm.
So they don't know they can just keep adding money to it, or create a brokerage account where they own it and it's under their kid's name, and they just put money in it every month, and they don't realize that when they graduate, they turn 18 or 21, they can own that and have something coming out.
That's awesome. I want to learn a little bit more how that works, but let me go back again now to your position after you left the military,
Mhm.
the Navy, after over 20 years there, which is
Yes.
it's a lot of
Yes.
learning.
Yeah.
Tell me how the next journey that you were in, which is the company that you work for, the amazing international company that you work for, what was the challenge there? Tell me about that.
So they were looking for somebody, the things I did in the military, it was critical to them. So they were looking for that. And I had the expertise of that. So they hired me along, and pretty much they're saying that I can learn the rest of the things, Came from a different branch, they work mostly with Air Force and stuff like that, but pretty much the same thing. But I just had to learn their way of working.
Okay, makes
It's
sense.
so yeah, it's so different. And but pretty much, I got hired on and did a little bit of that. But I think that they did that contract or whatever, or they didn't. The funds of my position was kind of running dry, so they pretty much moved me to another position, which I'm happy I'm at down, and it's totally different of what I did in the military. But man, I'm so proud, like, because I'm learning the internal stuff and the software engineering part and just being a test engineer and also, but it's learning the internal part. Um, they know us coming out the military, man. Just put us in a situation and we'll figure it out. So what I'm doing now is great. I'm having fun. I learned a lot. I mean, I learned the things that I ain't never did, and they see that. And with the company Lockheed Martin, they're a diverse company. First of all, second of all, I see where they're going. They're trying to get people out of the military, which the major customers is the military. People with experience to come there and translate that engineering dialect
Hmm.
versus of their customers, because it's different. People in the military, we like things short, simple, and sweet.
Uh-huh.
We don't like a bunch of PowerPoints. We like a bunch of hands-on. So they're going towards that avenue to get somebody, retired or whatever, or just have experience
Hmm.
coming out the military to teach and to just translate that engineer to common sense English.
I see. So
Because yeah,
that's being set up now, you said?
yes, it's like it's crazy because when I came there, I'm listening. These engineers, they graduate college, and I'm listening to them. I'm like, what did you just say? Like, I don't know what that means. But the thing is that I came from there, and I know pretty much like what they want, and just get down to the nitty gritty, make it short and sweet, make it kindergarten. Um, Teach them, make it for the mission. It's about the mission. It's not about, oh, this is a cool gadget. Oh, we did this, we did that. Make
Hmm.
it about a mission. Make sure it works.
I see. So our listeners here are trying to see your experience, right? Seeing where you're
Mhm.
coming from and where you are right now. So tell us a little bit about the how did the difficulties that you went through on your journey up until now has helped you to be where you're loving it and is actually helping you to even go further by helping others?
So just, being hired on uh from the military, but just moving to a different division, a different direction. It's about the team. That team is great. They put me, in situations where, they make me challenge myself. They trust me with taskings. They trust me with just doing things and figuring it out. You know, like I said, if you don't have a good team behind you, you don't have anything. You know what I mean? If the team don't
So
trust you,
important. So
yeah,
important.
yeah, if the team don't trust you, then they just don't trust you, right? So they're not gonna give you tasks, they're not gonna give you anything. But these guys, man, they give it to me. They give me like the task, or they're sitting there late at night teaching me, hey, this is how you do it. And I tell them like, look, I never did this. I don't know what to do. I never did Linux. I never did none of this stuff. Like, explain to me. But as they explain to me and they're picking it up, I'm writing things down, or it is I'm sponging it,
Right.
you know, and I just appreciate that, those guys. And I'm gonna shout out my team, Ivan, Tuma, Karen, Samuel,
That's awesome.
yeah, B Rod, there's all those guys,
But you
yeah,
know what?
Andrew,
You were
yeah,
able to have that because you also came with that. You see?
yeah.
And that's what I want you to translate here. It's because you appreciate those things and you become that through
Mhm.
whatever journey that you've been through is where it gives you the opportunity to receive that as well.
Yes,
Do you agree with that?
I agree with it. I agree with it. But like I said, if you got a team that they never been on your side, they never been in the military, they just came straight from college, or they've been working with the customer or with the military, but they just never been in there.
Right.
But they give the time to say, you know what, let's listen to him. Let's see what he has to say. Let's put him on some tasks to see what he does. They gave me that avenue to trust me,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the thing. If you don't get that, they never know, but
Right.
what you can do.
Did you go through some big roadblocks in this experience since you joined the company?
Yeah, I went to several roadblocks, man.
Tell me the biggest one. Tell me the biggest roadblock that you went through, the most difficult one.
Just adjusting, just adjusting to, just the civilian to from military, and just different avenues of how the contractors and the military go about with things. So yeah, it was a big difference for me. Military, we want this, we want that, we can just go and get it. But with contractors, it's a process.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes that process is slow, and in your back of your mind, like, man, this is gonna be faster, but it's just the way it is.
Right. So do
Yeah.
you think that the way of you being able to adapt and be resilient that you were able to build when you were in the Navy, did that help you at this particular time now to build up that patience, that resilience, and that waiting attitude, but also the right mental attitude and the strength that you needed to endure until you got to the point that you actually enjoyed your work?
Excuse me. Yeah, like with the Navy and the military itself, man. And I see it on the other side. When I was on the other side, we were impatient. Oh, we need this now, 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 now.
Mhm.
But just being around individuals at the company, and this learning, sitting back, and just it's different now,
Mm-hmm. And you
right?
accepted that?
Say again.
You accepted that
Oh, I
different?
did. I have to.
There you
You
go.
gotta understand in the military, because in the military, people mess up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
They do things and get a slap on the wrist, or they'll go to a review board and whatever. But you got to think, you're in the real world now, so Anything you do, you could be replaceable. See, in the military, right, you sign a contract.
Uh-huh.
But here, I could be replaceable. I
Mm.
don't care if it's McDonald's, Target, Walmart, whoever. Whatever you do, you could be replaceable.
Yeah,
Easy.
I can relate to that a lot with my career as well. And
Yeah.
I think that in a way, eventually, not immediately, but eventually it empowered me to really take over what I could control, but also tap in into the power and the resilience that we're able to have inside of us that we don't
Hmm.
realize that we have.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, what would you like to leave the people who are getting to know your story, which is unique? We all have our unique stories, Alan. I know you also you worked with sports, which is very tough, very tough.
Hmm.
So, putting all of that together, which is a very challenging, but also an opportunity in your life. What would you like to leave our listeners with today, as far as getting inspired by you, and they can take away with them?
Just don't just be whatever you put your eyes whatever you put your eyes to do or put your mind to do it. And don't let nobody stop you. You're gonna have haters, and I'm telling people embrace the haters. But guess what? You know why you embrace the haters? Because guess what? You're doing something that they're hating on. So that means you're doing something good. So you embrace that. If you're not being hated on, you're not doing something, you're not doing anything.
You're not doing anything. I was gonna
Yeah,
just say
like
that.
yeah, you're not doing anything. A hater is a person that like, man, he might just, oh man, he's doing something. So we go embrace that. If you got haters, embrace that thing, man. That means you doing something. You gonna tick somebody's brain or tick a couple of brains. That's it. Oh man. So
There you go.
embrace that. Embrace that. Number two, I'm going on haters. You're gonna have, you be successful. You're gonna have the internet. Stop following the internet and stop following these comments. The hater comments, like I told you, embrace that because you're doing something that's intimidating, right?
Yep.
That's why they're hating. So continue to do it. Number three, uh, set your mind in anything that you do and put God first and make sure you have good people around you.
Oh,
Do
that's
not
powerful.
have do not pay attention. Do not have these people that's negative or trying to bring you down. Make sure you surround yourself with people that's good, that has something that when you fall, they can build you up. You know what I mean? And they're doing something good, and they can teach you. Y'all can teach each other along the way.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Alan. I
Yeah.
really love that. Thank you so much. That is very empowering. And I know that you have so much to give. So I want people to be able to connect with you more. So if they want to follow you, connect with you and see what you're up to and what you have to offer, because I know the list is big. We didn't even cover the whole thing.
Yeah.
Please share here with us how they can reach you and follow you.
Okay, you can reach me. I'm on Instagram, Allen_Wims45. I'm on Facebook, Alan Wims on Facebook or Hypermode 2001 if you just want to follow the tag. I'm on LinkedIn, Alan Wims. Uh, if you Google me, just put Alan Wims Lockheed Martin. My Marquise Who's link will pop up. So you Google Alan Williams, Lockheed Martin, that'll pop up. But yeah, you can reach me in all those platforms. I think I'm on TikTok too as Alan_Williams45. So
That's
yeah,
awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome. That's great. It was such a pleasure to have you here on the show. And if you're watching until this point, congratulations. Hit the like button, subscribe, and follow me for more. This show is brought by Forever Living, which is the best aloe vera juice in the world that has helped me with my wellness transformation. And this is a production of the I Am Beast Network. My name is Jessica Javens, and this is Jessica Javens Talk.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. tomo licor, flores y corazones. Because I want you to love